Let's go. Hey, I come on here, I keep it real, I try to stay calm, I try and stay upbeat. You get Craig, who is talking about the Lions. Well, in this video, you get the fan version of me because I can honestly say, I don't think I've had more fun watching a Detroit Lions game than I just had. We got the Jared Goff jersey on, the hat, and the beautiful news. I almost did a video on this week. This jersey isn't cursed. I wore it for the first time last week. I'm like, oh no, is this a cursed jersey? It is not, because this team is better than curses. And by the way, we believe about things that are greater than curses. But the Detroit Lions reminded Ben Johnson where he came from. We reminded Ben Johnson who his daddy is, all right? And I just want it to be known, it feels so good to have our hated rival, the Chicago Bears. Hate the Bears. Never liked the Bears. But then to have our coach go and play there, to talk crap all week like we did, and then back it up with a 52-21 just absolute trouncing of the Chicago Bears. I could go anywhere with this title. I have no idea where I'm going to go yet. But what I do know is that the Detroit Lions played excellent football. Excellent football. And so I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am to see exactly what they did. Let's go to the box score real quick. All right. I'm a box score kind of guy. And I'm telling you, when I look at all of this, I just am thrilled. All right. Look at our numbers. I'm going to zoom back out. Jared Goff, 23 of 28, 334 yards, 5 touchdowns, 156. Is that a perfect QB rating? You know who didn't have a perfect QB rating? Caleb Williams. Yeah, nope, 91.9, which isn't absolutely terrible, but it's not great. And by the way, he did nothing in the second half. 4 sacks, 1 pick. So let me just throw down a few of the things that I saw, as this is just an immediate reaction to the game. The game ended about a half hour ago, and now I'm recording. And here's what my immediate reaction is. Okay, Goff looked amazing. He was fantastic. Tom Brady out there. The running backs ran for 177 combined yards, or at least the team had 177 yards at 5.9 yards a clip. 5.9 yards a clip. Do you know what that means? And you know how many times Jared Goff got sacked? 0. That means that the offensive line did a 180 from what they did last week against Green Bay. And we heard all week from the coaching staff that all they had to do was communicate better. We heard all week from the players that as long as we get the communication right, it'll be fine. Well, you're playing at home in your own stadium, all right, at Ford Field. The communication should not be an issue. The crowd should be quiet enough that you can have these conversations and talk. And guess what? They were right. The communication did help. I will say we busted quite a few big runs. I still don't think we're getting that push up the middle quite that we need to get, but there were some runs that started to pop that looked really reminiscent. In fact, I'm even going to go out on a limb and say it did. The offensive line looked how it looked. Taylor Decker, thank you. I know you're hurt. I know you're playing with a bad shoulder, but you came and you played in this game. You're a monster. You're an animal. Good for you. I want you to know that this channel recognizes you. I recognize what you're doing. Frank Ragnow is doing it. You were also doing it. It's nice that now you get some time in the spotlight as being the Iron Man on this offensive line. Keep doing you, man, and I hope you can stay healthy. All right, let's look for a second at the wide receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown had himself a day. And by the way, he was getting open against Jalen Johnson too. And even if he wasn't, Goff was putting it in perfect spots and he was making amazing catches. St. Brown, 9 catches, 115 yards, 3 tutties, all right, doing St. Brown things. 11 targets, 9 catches. That is so St. Brown like it hurts. Jameson Williams doing Jameson Williams things, right? 2 catches, 54 yards a catch, wide open touchdown, just using his speed to completely destroy the defense, take the top off, and you got to see exactly what this offense can be. The speed from Gibbs, the speed from Williams, the consistency of St. Brown, the acrobatic catch of Isaac Tesla. Are you kidding me? The guy gets one ball thrown his way and may have made the play of the game because that turned the tide in the entire game. That Tesla catch that put us in position to then have a great that catch or that throw to St. Brown for the touchdown puts us up 28-14 at half. We get the ball coming out of the second half, and it's just like, oh, we're in a good spot here. Phenomenal catch. And that's just the offense. To see this defense respond the way that they did. Chicago did exactly what they did against the Minnesota Vikings. They started off hot on offense. And then they got past their 15-play script. They still had some good stuff going on in the second quarter. And then the defense just was like, nope, vice grips. And to see this happen in back-to-back games, is really, really impressive. We only gave up 266 yards against the Green Bay Packers. In this game, we gave up 234, I want to say. Now, their total yards were at 339, but they had 205 passing yards and 134 rushing yards, which is 339 yards. 339. Yep. So it's right. 339 total yards. In case you're wondering, I'm reading this right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to do quick math. So if you're like, why is this dude stumbling over his numbers so much? That is why. All right. So, but when you look at it, this is the type of Jared Goff game. When people say, oh, you're not going to win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff, he's limited. Show me limited. All right. This is not a bad Chicago Bears defense. It's not a bad defense. And he absolutely ripped them apart. And you can't sit here and say he's doing it because he just has the best offensive line in the NFL, because they're banged up and we've replaced the interior. But I got to tell you, that offensive line looked good. On the defensive side of the ball, there was some good, there was some bad. Get your starters out of the game, please. When you are up by whatever we're up, right? Like 52-21 or something like that. Get your starters out of the game. They don't need to be in there. And so I hope Brian Branch is all right. I hope Jack Campbell's all right. They hit legs with each other. Hopefully there's just a couple of bruises there and everything is going to be fine. But this game, I can't say enough how much fun it was to watch this football game. The Detroit Lions have shown that they are for real, that the coordinators are back and they are for real. And the Detroit Lions have done something that none of us expected them to do really fast, and that is an offensive explosion in the first 3-4 weeks of the NFL season. They haven't done this under Dan Campbell. This is the first time. So let's see if they can keep it going, because they have a tough test against the Baltimore Ravens. All right. Thank you so much for watching. So great to have it here. See you on the next one.